I feel like every stage you're learning and you need new tools and you don't know how to handle different situations. And so I thought it would be so fun to bring together a bunch of experts in one place.
Welcome to the Marvelous Moms Club podcast. Discover yourself, break out of mediocrity, and become the mom you've always aspired to be. Here's your host, Kirsten Tyrell.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the podcast. It's been a really long time since I've sat here and done an interview, but it's for a really special reason. I'm hanging out with Desi Ward of the Mom Conference, which you will be able to be a part of very, very soon. Welcome to the podcast, Desi.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here, Kirsten. It's kind of fun to be on the other end and not being interviewer.
I know, it's really fun. It's a nice twist. And I had fun being interviewed by you. When was that? Like in May that we did that?
Yes, I tried to get some of my interviews done before I had my baby.
Oh my gosh. And she's got a brand new, beautiful little boy. And oh my gosh, he's so cute. You can actually, he's in a lot of the graphics, right? For the Mom Conference, that's you holding your baby boy.
Yes, he's so squishy and cute. He's the best.
As they should be. Okay, so I want to share it with all these moms because I'm super passionate about sharing anything that helps. That's the whole reason this podcast exists, helping moms feel uplifted and inspired and to really step outside of their comfort zone and to start ripple effects of like sharing good things with people. And that's what you're really doing with the Mom Conference. And so give us a little backstory on that, when you started it and why, and kind of what it's all about.
I started, it feels like forever, but I started it 4 years ago, and I had seen a summit where they were tackling different health issues, and I thought that'd be so fun to bring together a whole bunch of experts on parenting topics, because at the time, I just had my two little ones at home, and I feel like every stage you're learning and you need new tools and you don't know how to handle different situations, and so I thought it would be so fun to bring together a bunch of experts in one place online, because a lot of moms can't go to a conference or some of these other, leaving their kids and getting a babysitter and all that. So I wanted to make it really accessible for moms and to learn myself through the process.
Yeah.
So that is why I created it 4 years ago, and it's just built and built every year since. And
that's so awesome.
The first year we had just such a huge response. I realized that other moms were wanting that too, and that I was onto something.
Yeah. Well, I completely resonate with that because that's how this podcast has been. I didn't fully even understand. And selfishly, I have loved every interview. I think I've gotten the most out of it 100% because I've gotten to have those conversations.
Yes.
You get to have the before and after chat too. And I've had so many amazing guests who have offered to do so much for me beyond the podcast episodes, parenting coaches and just people with meal plans and stuff. And they're like, I want to share it with you. And I'm like, I know they're not just doing it for me to promote it. They're doing it because moms need moms and we love helping other people grow and become better. So I'm sure it sounds like you totally understand that. Like you're on the best receiving end by being the creator of something like that.
Way. Yes, I know. I'll do these interviews, and after I'm like, we've implemented so many things in our family after doing these interviews because I just get to learn from all these different people. I agree with you. I feel like such a lucky person. And
I know.
think you're right. I didn't even anticipate all of that, just the inspiration throughout the year as I do the interviews.
Yeah, it's just kind of an added bonus as you do it. It's like, wow, I didn't realize this was going to be so needed for one, even though you only started it because you knew there was a need there. Like, it's really awesome to see how many people it can affect and touch in such a positive way, because there's so much non-positivity on the internet in the mommy world. And so to provide that uplifting space is so important. So I'm so grateful that you're doing that with the Mom Conference. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I've really loved putting it on, and I've loved connecting with all the other moms that attend.
Mm-hmm.
That's been something fun. And this year I'm really excited because we're doing something brand new. We've always done the interviews in advance. Like you're saying, we did our interview clear back in May.
Mm-hmm.
And so there hasn't been this kind of live discussion that I've really wanted. And so this year we're going to bring back a few of the speakers to do a live Q&A. And then we'll
Nice.
have a Facebook group so the discussion can kind of go on where everyone can talk to each other and meet each other, which I think is going to be fun just to open up that whole discussion surrounding these and get questions answered. So that's
Yeah.
something new this year.
I love that. That's so fun. Okay, so you kind of covered this. It's really a conference you can attend in the comfort of your own home. You can have some friends over if you want, but really just to be able to watch in your jammies and not have to get gussied up. And you get all of the good nuggets. Like you get the inspiration, you get the knowledge. There's experts from all different types of, I guess, expertise, different people providing so much varying value. So you don't even have to leave your house, and it's free just to watch it
So
when
nice.
it's live, right?
Nap time while you're doing laundry. Yeah, it's free while it's live.
That's awesome. I remember hearing about the mom conference before I knew you, before I had even met you, obviously. Last year, I went to like a homeschooling moms event when I was toying around with the idea of homeschooling, which I delved into for a short time, as many of you guys listening know. And they were all talking about the mom conference. They're like, did you finish the mom conference? Did you hear this talk? Did you hear this? And I'm like, what are they talking about? And being in like the podcasting world, I was really surprised that I hadn't been exposed to this yet, but once I discovered what it was, I was like, oh, this is really cool. So tell people kind of what's on the docket this year. Is that even the right word to use? Who's up and what are you most excited for people to hear?
Oh my goodness. I can't even, there's so much. Okay. And my brain is fried. Let me tell you. So I'm really excited. We have David Burns. He sold 5 million copies of his book. He really, in the psychology world, is a real pioneer. He kind of headed up the whole, I don't even know the words for it, where your thoughts kind of precede depression and anxiety. And so he's going to speak to that. We had a lot of moms reach out and ask for help with depression and anxiety. And he has some amazing tools that he's going to teach in that interview. It's just packed with mindset shifts and things that can help minimize depression and anxiety and completely get rid of it.
That's
and he's
awesome.
going to jump on and do a Q&A, which I think will be really exciting. He's over the whole psychology department, I think, in Stanford. And so he really knows his stuff. So that's going to be fun. Cool. We have the Bucket List family. Jessica's going to teach us about traveling with a family.
I love that. Kirsten. She's been here. I love that you have at least a handful of previous Marvelous Moms Club guests on there, because I just feel like those are my sisters. You know, Jessica has been here on the podcast too. And I didn't even know she was on the lineup until I went on the website and I was like, Jessica's speaking for the mom conference. Now I feel even cooler that I'm speaking.
I know.
It's a great.
I know. There's so many amazing speakers, including yourself, Sadie and Jenna. I think you've had on your podcast before. There's so many. I love Sadie. She talks about some affirmations that she does for herself and with her kids.
I love
it. And we've started those nightly at our house for the last few months, and they've made a huge difference. I just love doing that.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear hers.
I loved your interview too.
Thank you. I can't even remember it, to be honest. But I'm sure it's very incongruent. I'm coming up with all kinds of weird words that I never use. It's probably really in line with stuff I still feel passionate about now. It's probably nothing that's obsolete at all. I mean, I talked a lot about pushing outside of your comfort zone, right?
That's what it is. Go big or go home.
Yep. And I've gone super big this year.
Yes, I know. I'm excited for all the moms to learn from you because you're living it.
Yeah. And that's the best part. Okay. So you guys, you need to tune into this. We will post the link in the show notes. We'll post it here on the description of the podcast. We'll post it everywhere. If you follow me anywhere in social media, I will be talking about this a lot, because it truly is like, there is nothing better that you can do for your children or for yourself than to keep educating and keep growing and to keep strengthening yourself. If you want to teach your children, how can you do that if you have stopped learning? And you just can't. Like, you will have nothing to offer them if you're not challenging yourself. And so this is an opportunity to come and learn from other women. It's not even that it's people like, oh, we're going to talk down to you. It's like, let's mastermind. Let's come up with ways that we can make motherhood even better. It's a conference, you know, it's really a place to find a community too of like-minded women. I love that you have the live portion, that you have a group where people can really connect, because sometimes it can be really scary and really lonely to be a mom, even with the internet, because you feel like you might be the only one experiencing these feelings or these issues with your children or your spouse or whatever it is. So thank you so much for creating it.
Right. And I love what you said, that we can learn from each other, because aside from David, I know I highlighted him, all of the speakers are moms. And so they get it and they speak to that. And there's, it's not like they're speaking above, teaching us. They're in the thick of it with us. And I love what they're teaching, because sometimes we just need, like you said, sometimes it can be scary and lonely, and we just need a paradigm shift or a new tool or a new set of eyes. And so that's why it's so helpful to go and listen, because it can just refresh us or give us inspiration in something that's hard for us at the moment. Because I know with each stage of my kids, there's things that I'm learning and growing, and it's new.
Yeah, it totally is. And just when you think you've got it figured out, something shifts, and there's always somebody who can help you get through it.
Yes. And that's why I love doing it every year, because every year we have a whole new set of things that we're learning, and things are shifting. And so it's nice to go back every year and have this training as moms. I think we really need it. The more that we grow, like you said, ourselves, the more that we can help our kids.
Yep, exactly. I love that so much. Okay, so I'm going to kind of rewind gears, go back a little bit. I went about this backwards because I was so excited to share the mom conference, but I just want to give a tiny background on you as a person. So tell everybody how many kids you have.
Oh my goodness, 4.
Oh my gosh. And how old are they?
Oh, Dean is 4 months, and Sky's 6, Cooper's 2, and Isaiah's 8. So 8, 6. Well, actually just turned 9 last week. So 9, 6, 2, and 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Busy.
So you're busy. Yep. I love it. And I love that in spite of that, like, you have really made Mom Conference your calling, like months and months ago. Like I'm kind of opposite of you, where I get an idea and I just have to go for it like right then. And I don't think I would do well planning a conference that far in advance, because I'm super ADD and I get really impatient. So I love though that you pace yourself and you make this project so important, because it is. And I've loved watching and being a part of the creation process, and knowing that you're like, yep, this is just my crazy time. It's Mom Conference. I'm all in. And this is like 5 months before it even starts. So I think you're phenomenal. You're the perfect woman for the job.
Oh, you're so sweet. The reason I do plan so far in advance, because I am a kind of fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. But it's just, I just have these I learned that working online, you can work and work and work and work. And so I have created really strict boundaries of how much I'll work. And I know to tackle this huge this huge project, which is the Mom Conference, I really have to break it down into bite-sized chunks so that I can be present with my family, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to put on something like this and be totally absent from my family. That being said, I always know, right during the conference, the 6 weeks surrounding it is bananas, and my family knows that, and they get behind me and support me. But throughout the year, I just kind of break it down and do interviews throughout the year so that so I can be present.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I should have known that. I should have known you're just being more responsible and being a good mom. Because, at the end of the day.
Don't be fooled. I am not it's not
whatever.
A pure necessity.
I love that, though. That's a good lesson to us all. It really is, especially to me. It's like and I tell people this all the time, you have to take off bite-sized chunks, but I think it gets really easy to just be like, but if I can just get it all done right now, then I can enjoy being a mom. And it's like, nope, you're supposed to kind of do it at the same time. So good reminder.
Don't you think that there's always another project or another thing we can do? And so that's why I learned the hard way. It's not like I've always been perfect at this. I learned, okay, this was really out of balance. And I want a life, and I want to be present as a mother. And so I had to learn to really break things down and plan in advance and guardrail my hours that I'll work, because online or with ideas and creative people that want to create things, you can work 24 hours if you want to. And so it's nice to kind of, guardrail those hours and so that I can have a life outside of it too.
Yeah.
So.
I love that. Okay. And then question that I ask everybody on here is, what makes you a marvelous mom? And I didn't even prepare you for this. So this is literally off the cuff.
Oh my goodness. I think it's humility. I think an openness to learn. Because I think if we can model to our kids that we're learning alongside with them and that we're not perfect at all things, but we're willing to learn. I think that's one thing that makes me a marvelous mom, just being open to learning what's working, learning what's not working, and shifting and pivoting with what's not working. And that's what the conference has been so nice to kind of just keep learning, because like we've been saying throughout this whole thing, it's just every stage shifts, every age shifts, and our kids go through different things at different times. And so I think that's what makes me a marvelous mom. I don't know. That was totally off the cuff.
I think that's a fantastic answer for being completely unprepared to answer it. So I love that. I honestly love every answer people give. And I think that's so true of you. And I love that really goes in line with what you're trying to create too. You're trying to create education for us. So I love that you're always a sponge for knowledge. I think all of us should be. That's like the best. It's just the best. That's the best way to be.
It is.
There's so much out there to learn.
There's so much out there. I'm constantly learning. I'm like, okay, how do I handle this? Or how do I grow in this way? Or how do I, so.
Yep, absolutely.
I agree.
Cool.
And that's why we need each other, right?
Yes, exactly. That's why we need the sisterhood. That's why we need other people to learn from. And inevitably, when you're learning from somebody, you're probably teaching them something too. So it's a win-win process. Hopefully. Even if you're teaching them how to not do things, it's fine. You're always learning. Well, I think that you're fantastic, Desi. Thank you so much for spending some time. I'm so excited for everybody to learn about the Mom Conference. Go get your ticket. It's like not even a ticket. It's just a free spot to come and watch and hang out and learn from all of these remarkable people. And you will not regret
including Kirsten. You're going to hear her speak, and you're going to not want to miss that.
You're so sweet. I hope it's all that and more. Don't set your expectations too high. Well, you're so sweet. Okay, guys, go check the show notes. Go to marvelousmomsclub.com and check out where you can get your free ticket. We are so excited to have you there. Thank you again, Desi. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a marvelous day, and we'll see you on the next episode.